in the shade Himalaya. Hey everybody, thank you so much for clicking on my video to watch. So today I'm going to do my eyeshadow palette collection and also a little declutter. I was just editing this video now and I realized I didn't film an intro, so that's why I look like this. My hair is basically still wet. I just got out of the shower a bit ago. But yeah, I should probably just film an intro, even though you guys will probably know what this video is by the title anyways. I did forget to mention a palette that I own because I store it somewhere else, and that is the Morphe 35F palette. I use this once in a Get Ready With Me and I really love this palette. That's what it looks like. It's super pretty. I love this palette. So I did want to mention that really quickly. And I am sitting on the floor right now because I literally just broke the tripod. So anyways, I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and if you want to see my eyeshadow palette collection and watch me declutter it, then just keep watching. Okay, sorry if there is a glare or anything, but this paint on here is actually a gloss, so it's kind of reflecting the lights a bit, so sorry about that. But anyways, this is the drawer, the beautiful drawer that my palettes are in. These are my eyeshadow palettes and some single shadows in here, so I'm gonna go through all of them. And I've had this vanity since I was about 14 years old, and I asked my dad to repaint it and put new handles on it. So yeah, I just got these pretty handles from Home Depot, and then this vanity I've just had since I was 14, like I said. I think a family friend gave it to me, so yeah, that's my vanity. I will show the whole thing in my beauty room tour when everything is finished, but yeah, for now, let's just open up this drawer and go through my palettes. So this is what the drawer looks like. I have some palettes standing up and then I have some laying down here. So I'm gonna go from this side to this side. And the first one is my Makeup Forever Artist 1 palette, and this one has all the beautiful bronzy shades and a really nice black. And these are all shimmery shades. So yeah, I really love this palette. I'm definitely keeping it because I always like to grab these gold and these shimmery shades. So I'm definitely keeping this palette. It is one of my absolute favorites. And the Makeup Forever eyeshadows are definitely one of my favorite formulas. They're just so buttery and so smooth. I love this palette. So next I have two Kylie palettes. This one is her burgundy palette and this one is her holiday palette. This burgundy palette I used in my Kylie Jenner inspiration video. I just did a makeup look that she was wearing in one of her Instagram posts. And this one just has really beautiful burgundy warm shades. I really love this palette. This transition shade is one of my favorites. And then this orange shade is really beautiful as well. So I'm definitely keeping this palette. And then this Kylie palette I've only actually used a couple times. This blue, I really wanted to do a really pretty blue look, but this blue was just so hard to work with. I couldn't make it work, so I scrapped the look. But this green olivey shade is so pretty and so pigmented, and I really love this silvery shade. I've worn this silvery shade a couple of times and I really love these transition shades. So I definitely think I should just play with this palette a little bit more because I haven't really given it a fair shot. I've only used it a couple times, so I'll definitely keep this one. Next I have this Studio Makeup on the Go eyeshadow palette, and actually I have two of these. I got both of these in my BoxyCharm. They came in different months, but one is more warmer shades and then the other one is more cooler shades. So this one has all the warm shades. These shadows are actually super nice. The coppery shade is really beautiful and I really love it. This gold shade and this shimmery shade. It's really nice because it does come with a black and everything like that. So yeah, this palette is really good, so I'm definitely going to keep it. And then this one has really cool tone purpley shades and it's really pretty. I've only used it a couple times, so I think I'm gonna put this in the maybe pile. The shadows are just as good as the other one, but I'm gonna look at my other purpley shadows and decide if I want to keep this one. Next I have this Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette, and these are just all really beautiful matte shades. I really love this palette. I'm definitely keeping it. I really like the gray tones that are in here. It really makes for a nice cool tone eye look, so I really love that. And then this shade is a really nice transition shade. I'm definitely not going to give up this palette because the shades are just so good. With them all being matte shades, the pigmentation is super amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely keeping this one. And then next is this little Naked Cosmetics palette that I just recently got in my BoxyCharm. I put a look on my Instagram using these shades, and I'm going to open this super carefully because the green in here actually broke. That is what it looks like. These shades are super pretty. I'm so sad that the green broke because honestly these shades are just super pigmented and so easy to work with. It actually already came slightly chipped. It was sort of broken here and then the pan was wobbly, so as soon as I opened it back up again it just fell right out, fell over the floor, so that sucks. But I think I'm going to keep this palette just because I don't have anything like this orange shade for now, so I'm going to keep it. Next I have this little Morphe palette, and this is the 12NB palette. I just saw this on their website and I thought I would just love the colors in it, and I definitely do. I've only used it a couple of times, so I definitely have to keep using it to have my final thoughts on it. I don't think it's as good as my 35F palette that I have, but it is still pretty good, so I'm going to keep it. And clearly so far I'm not doing very good, but we've still got a ways to go. Okay, so I'll just show you my Z palettes really quick. I know there was a huge thing going on with the Z palette and everything. Definitely don't agree with. For now, this is the only thing I have that I can store my single shadows in, so that's what I'm using for now until I can find something else. This is just filled with Makeup Geek shadows, Morphe shadows, I think some Ofra is in this one, and this shade Shimma Shimma from Makeup Geek is super pretty. It's really nice for even a highlighter. So yeah, I really like all of these shades, except for maybe this one isn't my favorite, so I'll pass this down. Okay, I think that's the only one I'm going to get rid of in this palette. So yeah, this is just another little Z palette, and I got this Makeup Geek shadow in my BoxyCharm as well, and this is the Makeup Geek Cherry Cola, and I'm so happy I got this one because I actually wanted this one so bad, so I'm definitely going to keep that. I'll just pop that one in there, and then the single shadows I'm giving away, I will just put in here. Okay, so this is the next one, and this one again has Morphe, Makeup Geek. This one is from Anastasia, Beverly Hills. This is one of my favorites. This is Sangria. One of my favorite shadows of all time for sure. It's super pretty. This one from Morphe called Secretive. I think I'm gonna pass this along because that's not my absolute favorite. And then I just got Cherry Cola, and it's pretty similar, so I like Cherry Cola better. This one I just filled with purpley shades, so I definitely don't need all of these purpley shades, so I'll try and go through these and give some away. I think I'll give this one away. This is another Morphe one called Blackberry. I was just on the Morphe website one day like a while ago, and I just was in a purple mood, so I got a bunch of purples that I really never use. But I'm so bad for hoarding makeup because of course I love makeup, who doesn't? So let's see, I'll give this one away. This one is Deep Cocoa from Morphe. And not that I think these shadows are bad or anything, I just have similar colors that I like better, so I don't need all of these. And I think I'll keep the rest because I really like these ones. That was like half a palette, not bad. Okay, next is this Ofra Pro palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm as well. BoxyCharm rocks. It's so good at giving amazing full-size products and everything, so I just love them. And then what do I have in here? This one is a Makeup Forever shadow. This one's one of my favorites. It was in like my first video ever, but yeah, I definitely love that shadow. This one is an Ofra shadow, and it's really pretty. I haven't actually used it that much. I think I only used it once. This is a Makeup Geek blush and Ofra banana powder, and then these are some Morphe and Ofra shadows. I think I'm gonna give this one away, and this is Wink for Pink by Morphe, and I'm gonna give this one away. This is an Ofra one. It doesn't have a name, but it's similar to the banana powder, so I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this, so I'll give this one away. And then I'm going to give this one away. This is another Ofra shadow. I have no idea what the name is. It's just a dark navy black. And I'm gonna give this one away. This is Ice from Morphe. And I think that's it for this palette. I'm gonna keep the rest of these thingies. I did decide I'm gonna give this Studio Makeup palette away just because I'm not doing too good so far. So yeah, I'm gonna give that away. And then next are my Anastasia palettes. This one was a limited edition one, and this is the Shadow Couture World Traveler palette. I really liked this palette at the time. I really loved Morocco Fudge. Obviously, I really love Pink Champagne. It's one of my favorite shades. I do like to dig into this palette when I want peachy shades. This one, Bellini, Spoiled, and Soft Peach are really nice for a peachy look, but I think I'm going to get the Sweet Peach palette from Too Faced, so I think I will give this one away. Okay, so next I have the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, and there is no way I'm giving this away. This is a beautiful palette. I love it. So many amazing shades. They're so pigmented, so easy to blend. They're just amazing. This one called Primavera is one of my favorites. Burnt Orange and Raw Sienna are really nice in the crease, so I'm definitely keeping this. And then my last Anastasia palette is the Self-Made palette, and I was super excited when this one came out. I got it as soon as it launched. It just looked like so many pretty shades that I wanted. These two, Hot and Cold and Self-Made, are my favorites. I love these. Pink Champagne, like I said, one of my favorites. This one's really dug into. And the Anastasia shadows are hands down one of my favorites. They are so easy to work with. I really love the Anastasia shadows. Okay, next I have my Naked palettes, and I have the first one here. But yeah, this is the second Naked palette I've owned. I went through basically all of the shades in my first one I owned, and then this one is clearly dug through. I just really love this palette. It just has so many perfect shades, perfect everyday shades, and you can make a really nice smoky eye with this palette as well. So I'm going to keep it just because I love it so much, and it's one of the first palettes I've ever owned, so I'm going to keep it. Next I have the Naked 2. This one is definitely my my favorite out of the bunch. I know it's a lot of people's least favorite, but I feel like the taupey cool tone shades just complement my eyes and skin tone very well, so I really love these shades. I use them all the time. Booty Call is completely used up. I went and tried to find it in an individual shadow, but they actually don't sell it, so I have to wait till I use this one up more so I can just get a whole new palette. But Booty Call was definitely my favorite, as you could probably tell. But yeah, I really love this one and definitely keeping it. And then next I have the Naked Smoky palette, and this one is just perfect for a nice smoky eye. It's hardly touched. Clearly you can tell. I really do love this gold shade, Dirty Sweet, and I really love this shade called High. I don't really use this palette that much, but I think I'm gonna keep it just because it's perfect for when I want a smoky eye. I can grab it whenever. So I'm going to keep it for now. I might give it away in a bit, but I'll keep it for now. Then next I have this Buff Collection Pure Cosmetics palette, and this is an exact dupe for the Naked 3. So that's just perfect. I got this in my BoxyCharm, so that's why I don't have the Naked 3, because I have this one. And I feel like this one has much better pigmentation than the Naked 3 does. I definitely have used the Naked 3 before, and this one has amazing pigmentation. I really love these shades. I really like these two light pink shimmery shades. They make for a really pretty spring look, and yeah, I just really love this palette, so I'm going to keep it. Okay, now we're gonna move on to my Too Faced palettes. I have the Bonbons, the Chocolate Bar, and the Semi-Sweet. So I really love the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palettes. They're one of my absolute favorites. The Semi-Sweet is my absolute favorite. My favorite shade is Peanut Butter for sure, and surprisingly Coconut Cream. There's actually a big dent in it. I don't know if you can see. This one is perfect for either setting my concealer or eyeshadow primer that I use on my eyes. It just makes for a really nice base, so that's why it's my favorite. And then the shade called Bonbon and this gold shade are just really pretty. I love this palette. It smells like chocolate, of course, so I'm going to keep it. And then next I have the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and this is the first one I got out of all the chocolate bars. The only reason why the other one is my favorite because I feel like it has better transition shades for my liking, but I still really love this palette. My favorite shade in it is Marzipan. The shadows are just super amazing, really easy to blend, but yeah, I just think the same about all of the chocolate bar palettes. I just feel like they're really good in my opinion, so yeah, definitely keeping this one. And then the Chocolate Bonbon is just super cute. They're all shaped as little hearts. This is the one I use the least out of all of them. I used the pinks in it for my pink glam look that I have up on my channel, and I like to dip into it sometimes. My sister was asking for one of my Too Faced palettes, so I'm gonna give her this one just because I like it the least out of all of them, and obviously I don't need all three, so yeah, I will give this one away. Here I didn't see, this is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I've used this one quite a few times on my channel, and I really love the transition shades. They're really nice and buttery. I really like the shimmery shades. They're super pigmented, but I really don't like these three. For some reason, mine are just super chalky and not very easy to blend whatsoever, so I don't touch those shades, but the rest of the palette is really nice. I really like it, so I'm definitely going to keep this one. Okay, next I have some little palettes here. Whoops. This one is the IB Beauty palette, and this is just a trio. These are really pretty, really pigmented shades. I just have so many similar ones, so I am going to give this one away. Then I have this e.l.f. Mad for Matte palette, and this one just comes with really nice matte shades. They're really comparable to the Kat Von D ones, I feel like, and I've only used it a couple times, but I really like it, so I am definitely going to keep this one. Next I have the Naked 2 Basics palette, and I really like this palette for traveling. It's just really easy and simple to pop on one of these shades for the crease and just set your concealer or eyeshadow primer with one of these shades. So yeah, I definitely really love this palette. I'm going to keep it because it's so easy for traveling and really easy for simple looks. Next I have the CoverGirl True Naked's Goldens palette, and I really love this one. I use this one for my drugstore Christmas look, and for a drugstore palette that's super cheap. The shadows are amazing. They're super pigmented. I really love this palette, but I am going to pass this one on just because I don't use it that much anymore. I used to use it a lot, but yeah, I think I will just give this one away just because I don't reach for it anymore. Okay, last few things. I have some single shadows. These are the e.l.f. Baked Eyeshadow Trios, and I just recently got these. I used this one in my springtime tutorial, and I really liked it. That peachy shade was super pretty. And then I have this one in the shade Brown Bonanza. however you say that. And I got this one because it has a really pretty gold shade in it, and I actually haven't even used it yet, so I'm gonna keep these and use them a bit more. And I think they'll go really well with some drugstore looks just because they're so cheap and they have 3 eyeshadows in one. Okay, next I have this Urban Decay single shadow in the shade Virgin. This shade is also in the Naked palette. I just wanted another one because I really like it. It's really good for the brow bones, so I'm gonna keep this. I have one ColourPop shadow, and this one is in the shade Cornelius, and this one is a really nice transition shade. It's perfect for the crease, and it's just perfect to wear if you don't want to wear any other eyeshadows. I really love it, so I'm gonna keep it. I have this MAC pigment in the shade Vanilla, and this is just really beautiful for a highlight or the brow bone. I really love this, so I'm going to keep it. It's super pretty. And then I have this NARS single eyeshadow in the shade Himalaya. And this one is just a really pretty light gold shade. I really like it. I'm definitely going to keep this one because it's one of my favorites to just chuck on the lid. And then the last thing I have in here is this shadow stick, and it's really pretty bronze shade. I really like this for just putting all over my lid. It's really easy to blend out. I just smudge it out with my finger over my lid, and it's really easy to do. I really love this shadow stick. This is the Beauty for Real. So it doesn't say the shade on it, but yeah, it's just this really pretty bronze shade. I really like it. I feel like I keep saying I really like it, I really love it, and definitely. I think I just realized that, and we're at the end of the video, so sorry. But yeah, I guess that's just my vocabulary. But anyways, that's it. This one is just a empty container for a Makeup Forever shadow. Yeah, that is my empty drawer now. So I feel like I did pretty good for the amount of eyeshadow palettes that I do have. I'm getting rid of the CoverGirl Goldens palette, the Ivy Beauty palette, Chocolate Bonbons. This one hurts so much, but I'm gonna give it away. I can always just borrow it from my sister whenever I want to use it. So yeah, giving this one away, giving away the Anastasia World Traveler palette, and then this palette I filled up with some single shadows, and then this Studio Makeup on the Go. I feel like that was pretty good. So yeah, that's 6 palettes. That's pretty good. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like it and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!